Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Big Fight Field channel. Joseph Conlon here with your AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door review. I'm just going to go out here and say this right now. I think what we saw tonight, and despite all the injuries that happened leading up tonight, we didn't get Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, Andrade, the Lucha Bros, Ishii, Takahashi, all this talent that was supposed to be on the show, not Kenny Omega obviously, but all this talent that was supposed to be on this show, all this top tier level talent that was supposed to be on the show but wasn't because of injury. I think what we got tonight, honestly, with a straight face, I think what we got tonight was probably some of the best wrestling you'll see of 2022. I think from an in-ring standpoint tonight, everything that we saw, this was the best show of the year. And I got to put my bias aside from Revolution 2022. I was there. That show is, as a wrestling fan, that show is very close to my heart. But all the bias aside, this show tonight was the best show of 2022, and I loved everything about it, man. I really did. The in-ring on this show tonight was fantastic. The opening match to the main event, there wasn't a bad match. Honestly, there wasn't a bad match on tonight's show. Not counting the buy-in. I didn't watch the buy-in. But main card, there was not a bad match on tonight's show. Another reason why this show was one of the best shows of the year, if not the best, the crowd in Chicago, man. The United Center was absolutely, unbelievably electric tonight. It was, you couldn't ask for a better pay-per-view crowd than what we got tonight. It was really something magical, and I tweeted it out before I came on for this review. I added Tony Khan, AEW, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. I just want to really thank them for the show we got tonight. Tonight's show was excellent. An excellent show tonight for our first ever Forbidden Door show. And I know we're getting more AEW New Japan shows, because Tony Khan has said that on the Medium Scrum on Friday, that we're going to get more shows. But it was the best show I've seen in 2022. Right now, this was the best show of the entire year. And when the night was over, it made me remember why I love wrestling so much. And I didn't feel that with the Double or Nothing show a couple weeks ago. But tonight, I felt that love and passion that I have for AEW and professional wrestling in general, man. You gotta love it. If you're a professional wrestling fan like myself, a hardcore professional wrestling fan, how did you not love tonight's show? How did you not love what we saw tonight in ring? Outstanding. Some of the big things we saw on tonight's show. Jon Moxley is the new AEW Interim World Champion after what I thought was an awesome main event match against Hiroshi Tanahashi that lived up to expectations that AEW and New Japan were hyping up. This match lived up to expectations. 100%. Shout out to both guys. Orange Cassidy and Will Osprey. We'll talk about that. A lot of people matches of the night. My match of the night was Zack Sabre Jr. against Claudio Castagnoli, the AKA Cesaro, making his AEW debut. He is the newest member of the Blackpool Combat Club, and we will see him Wednesday night in the Blood and Guts match against the Jericho Appreciation Society. Absolutely loved it. Best thing of the night. He was over as over could be. And then we got the big fatal four-way. We'll talk about it. Great match, but a very sloppy ending. But ladies and gentlemen, if you have not been already, be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. We're going to do some more AEW content over the summer as well. Money in the Bank is next Saturday. I'm thinking I will be on here to talk about Money in the Bank. Maybe not predictions because, let's be honest, I haven't looked at the card, but I don't know. Maybe I will be. Maybe I won't. I don't know, but I'll let you guys know. But let's get into the show. Let's get into the Forbidden Door show. We opened up with the match that I predicted was actually going to open up. We opened up with Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki against Wheeler Yuta, Shota Umino, and Eddie Kingston. And this was a really good match. This was a fun match to open up the show. The crowd was hot to start this show. Umino was over. Wheeler Yuta was really over. And, of course, Eddie Kingston. I mean, Eddie Kingston is one of the most over guys in all of professional wrestling right now. He's awesome. He's awesome. The back and forth with him and Minoru Suzuki was the best thing about that match. That was unbelievable. The chop exchange between them and how loud their chops were. I thought that was that was awesome. That was my favorite thing about that match. Shota Umino had a nice breakout performance in that match. If people never seen him wrestle before, I'm pretty sure they were impressed with what he did tonight. I was very impressed with what Shota Umino did tonight. And I do think we'll see him back in AEW. I do. I could see him being one of the guys from New Japan coming to spend time with AEW for a little bit. Especially what happened during backstage as the show went on and on. So he took the losing fall. He had a really nice back and forth with Chris Jericho. Almost pinned Chris Jericho, but Jericho kicked out. And at the end, Jericho hit the Judas effect on Shota Umino for the 1-2-3. Jericho got his team to win. And the Jericho Appreciation Society is going to have the advantage in Blood and Guts. That's what the stipulation was for this match. The winner of Team Jericho against Team Eddie is going to get the advantage, and who always gets the advantage is the heel team. So it made sense. The match was really good. I loved watching Umino and how he did tonight with Jericho and Sammy Guevara and Suzuki. Really nice stuff. And then later on in the show, he was actually backstage, and Jericho and 2.0 came up to him and talked how impressed they were with him, how he had a really good performance. And then Jericho threw a fireball in his face. So I think that could lead to Umino maybe spending a little bit more time with AEW and maybe having a match on Dynamite with Chris Jericho. I don't think it would be a match on pay-per-view, but I do think a match on Dynamite or maybe in Japan, I'm not so sure. But I do think in the near future we will see a one-on-one match between Shota Umino and Chris Jericho, and I think that's going to be really good, man. I became a fan of Umino tonight. I will say that. Shooter, Jon Moxley's protege. I became a big fan of his tonight. So that was a very fun opening match. We then got into the three-way for the Ring of Honor and IWGP. The Ring of Honor and IWGP tag team championships. The match in the beginning started, and right away, a doctor went to Dax Harwood. Dr. Sampson went to Dax Harwood, and Dax Harwood hurt his shoulder during the match, so he was taken out. He was taken out backstage, and for a little while, it was just Cash Wheeler against United Empire and against Roppongi Vice. By the way, United Empire didn't get that big of a reaction tonight. They came out to no reaction at all from the Chicago crowd. They were beating up on Trent, and out of nowhere, the crowd popped big. No, they were beating up on Cash Wheeler, and the crowd popped big when Dax Harwood came out. Cash Wheeler tagged in Harwood. Harwood laying in some nice chops to Cobb and O'Khan, and he was going at it. The crowd was hyped as hell. There was an exchange with Cobb and Trent, which was really nice. The ending came. Rocky was looking for his finisher. Dax reversed it into the big rig, and the crowd gave a huge pop to FTR when they won the IWGP and Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. Great moment. Loved it. They're setting up FTR to be one of, if not the greatest tag team of all time. Right now, they're the greatest tag team of this generation. Right now in professional wrestling, they're the best tag team in the world. Not a shadow of a doubt in my mind. But yeah, right now they are absolutely amazing. They're on fire. Dax Harwood, I said it in the round table. Dax Harwood is maybe the wrestler of the year. He's definitely up there if you ask me. The matches he's been happening, it's been some great stuff, man. And we're only going to get more of FTR, and I love it. I absolutely love it, man. After this, we got the Fatal 4-Way for the All-Atlantic Championship. Malachi Black, Pac, Clark Connors, and the Redeemer, Miro. I didn't know who was going to win this match. I predicted Miro to win this match and become the first All-Atlantic champion. But at the end of it, man, this match was a big success. Miro did not win the All-Atlantic Championship. Neither did Malachi Black. Pac is the first AEW All-Atlantic Champion. I thought Miro was going to win when he cleaned house. It was down to him and Pac. He had the game over in on Pac. Pac got out of it once. Miro put him back in it. Malachi Black came in and misted Miro in the face. A black mass right after that. And that was pretty much it for Miro. He was eliminated from this match after the black miss. And after that black miss, I thought Malachi Black was going to win this match. That wasn't the case, as he gave a black mass to he had a armbar in on Clark Connors, and while he had the armbar in, Pac was up on the top rope and gave a 450 splash to Malachi Black, put the Rings of Saturn into Clark Connors. Clark Connors tapped out, and Pac is the first ever AEW All-Atlantic Champion. And as much as Malachi could use that title, and Miro would look so good with that title, I think putting the All-Atlantic title on Pac was the good move. He's a day one guy in AEW. He's been there since literally the first show. He's been there since the beginning. hasn't won a championship in AEW up to this point, and at this point, he needed a championship or something to keep him going. And I think this All Atlantic Championship is going to do just that. I think he's going to have a hell of a reign as the All Atlantic Champion. The matches we can see with him, with defending that title on Dynamite and on Rampage, it should be awesome. And apparently, it's a title where anybody in the in promotions can come to AEW and challenge the challenge for the All Atlantic title. So maybe if Pac has to go back to England, maybe he goes to Rev Pro or British Pro Wrestling and defends the title over there and gets some exposure for AEW over in his hometown. I think that would be nice if you want to have him defend the title in AEW. There's a plethora of guys you can have him defend the title against. Matt Sydal, Dante Martin, Wheeler Yuta, Scorpio Sky. The list goes on, man. There's a lot of guys you can have Pac in there with for that All Atlantic Championship. And I do think at the end of the day, putting the title on him, it's going to come out as the right decision, and I think he's going to have a hell of a reign as AEW's first ever All Atlantic Champion. Six-man tag, the second six-man tag of the night, we had Shingo Takagi, Darby Allin, and Sting. However, Sting did not come out for his entrance against the Young Bucks and El Phantasmo. Now, Sting did not come out. They turned the lights off and they show the sky, the top of the building. And I thought that Sting was going to jump off the top of the building, off a zip line, and end up landing in the ring. That wasn't the case, but yeah, he jumped off the freaking stage instead. The babyface tunnel, he jumped off that side onto the Young Bucks, onto El Phantasmo, and onto Hikuleo, who's there as well, supporting the Bullet Club. Just, my God, Sting's a beast, man. Honestly, if you're not a fan of Sting, I don't know what to tell you, man. You're just not fun. You're just not fun. But what was I gonna say? God, I forgot what I was gonna say. So they got them back in the ring. The match started with, I think it was Shingo and one of the Young Bucks. This match was very fun. I really didn't care about this match going into it because it was all thrown in together. But at the end of the day, this match was really fun. Shingo got his offense in at the end. Shingo got the pin over El Phantasmo, which I was shocked about because I thought for sure that they were going to set this up as Sting or Darby pinning one of the Young Bucks, and that's how they get to the tag team title match. I do think that match is still going to happen. I just don't know how they're going to get their way around that, but I do think that's the direction they're going in with this Darby Allin Sting against the Undisputed Elite. I think they're going to end it with Darby Allin and Sting challenging the Young Bucks for the tag team titles. And we haven't gotten a Darby Allin Adam Cole match. Maybe we get that at All Out. Maybe at All Out we get Darby Allin against Adam Cole in a 1-on-1 match. Who wouldn't love to see that? Who wouldn't love to see a match between Darby Allin and Adam Cole? So, I don't know, man. I kind of like where this feud's going. I'm enjoying this feud. And overall, this match was very fun. Let me take a sip of my water here. And by the way, I completely forgot to mention in the beginning, um, Cameron Johnson, Wesley Williams, obviously not here tonight. Cameron watching a pay-per-view at a movie theater, and Wesley having a good time with some friends watching the pay-per-view. So they will be back here Wednesday on the Big Fight Field channel when we go over Blood and Guts and whatever else happens on that show. So big review on Wednesday night. They will both be here for that. And of course, we'll talk more about Forbidden Door Wednesday night as well. Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa, AEW Women's Championship. I mean, listen, I said this on the round table, and it sucks that it happened. But on any other card, I feel like they could go out there and give you guys a great match. Tonight just wasn't going to be that night. They didn't get enough time for their match, and the crowd at this point was burnt out because why would they be into this match when we just got 4 really good matches in the beginning of the show, and then we got the 4 big matches to end the show after this match. So this crowd was burnt out during this match, and the match didn't get enough time. This match didn't get enough time. Match was fine. It was fine for what we got, but I don't know. I know we need women representation on the show. I'm totally cool with that, but I don't know. I feel like this would have been better if it was on Dynamite or Rampage. That's just my honest opinion. You guys might disagree with me, and that's okay. I'm totally cool with that, but I think that this match should have been on Dynamite or on Rampage, and that would have been perfectly fine. That would have been perfectly fine. Thunder Rosa hits the Thunder Driver on Tony Storm, but Tony kicked out. I don't know why Tony kicked out, and then they went to something else. I don't remember what Thunder Rosa did, but she beat Tony Storm and then hugged her after the match. So that was that. That was that match. Will Osprey and Orange Cassidy. Will Osprey and Orange Cassidy. After this match, man, when this match was over, the people who were complaining when this match was announced, oh, why is Will Osprey with Orange Cassidy? Will Osprey deserves a bigger match on pay-per-view than Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy sucks. Orange Cassidy can't wrestle. We all know Orange Cassidy's gimmick is being lazy and the whole freshly squeezed, but when he's serious and it's time to go to business, Orange Cassidy goes to effing business, man. And tonight was one of those nights. He went to freaking business with Will Osprey, and these two guys delivered an awesome match. And Orange Cassidy came really close to beating Will Osprey. Excuse me. Got some good back and forth between them in the beginning with Orange Cassidy, hands in his pockets, but after that, it was go time, man. Orange Cassidy was amazing. The Chicago crowd was really into this match, and he was really into this. They were really into this match, and nearly thought Orange Cassidy was going to win, just as I did. Will Ospreay won with the Storm Zero. He did the back fist to the back of the head. Orange Cassidy kicked out of that though, but he hit the Storm Zero and got the win over Orange Cassidy. This might be honestly all these 4 matches. The last 4 matches might be matches that I go back and watch over and over again. After the match, Will Osprey and United Empire were beating up Orange Cassidy. Trent and Rocky came down. They got taken out. And who came out to confront Will Osprey? None other than the New Japan legend, Shibata. And Shibata came out to a massive ovation. Wasn't the biggest pop of the night, but he came out to a pretty big pop, man. The crowd loved him. He took out Will Ospreay with a bunch of moves, and then he got face to face with Orange Cassidy. And I thought Orange Cassidy was about to do the shin kicks to Shibata, but instead, Orange Cassidy put his shades on Shibata and did the thumbs up. The signature Orange Cassidy thumbs up. I thought that was nice. Man. Really, just everything about that. The match, the post-match segment was beautiful. It was beautiful. But it wasn't my match of the night. My match of the night was Zack Sabre Jr. against his mystery opponent, Claudio Castagnoli, who came out to a huge ovation. Shibata didn't get the biggest pop of the night because this guy did. Claudio was so... Jesus Christ, a freaking fly right in my face, man. Get out of here. The hell? Anyway, I don't want to get distracted by that. God damn it, this fucking fly, dude. Anyway. Claudio Castagnoli. Now I'm distracted from this fly, but I'm going to get through it. Claudio Castagnoli came out to a huge ovation. Crowd was absolutely loving it. Chants of Claudio. He has his real name. He's in AEW officially, and he's in the Blackpool Combat Club. He came out wearing a Blackpool Combat Club jacket. Man, he fits like a glove. He fits like a glove in that faction, that technical, hard-nosed, bad-mouth faction that's just going to beat the shit out of you whenever they want. I love it. And I'm going to upset the E-shills out there. I don't care. Y'all are probably going to argue, oh, the Bloodline are the best faction in all of wrestling. I'm here to tell you it's the Blackpool Combat Club. The Blackpool Combat Club is... God damn it, dude. I'm here to tell you right now, the Blackpool Combat Club is the best faction in AEW right now. And in all of wrestling right now, and it's not even close. The friggin' talent in that faction. Danielson, one of the best wrestlers in the world. Wheeler Yuta is coming along very, very nicely. Claudio is freaking awesome. And Moxley is awesome. And the interim AEW World Champion. This match with Zack Sabre Jr. was freaking fantastic. I loved every second of it. I seriously thought Zack Sabre Jr. was about to get jobbed out. Claudio hit an elbow. He had an uppercut into a neutralizer for a very close near fall. I seriously thought that Zack Sabre Jr. was going to get jobbed out in this match, and I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad he did not get jobbed out. Instead, we got the best damn match of the entire night. Zack Sabre Jr., man, I saw comments from people on Twitter saying that Zack Sabre Jr. is boring. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're watching, but If you think Zack Sabre Jr. is boring, I mean, just stick to WWE, man. Seriously. Just stick to WWE. We don't even want you watching AEW, New Japan. Just stick to your good old cartoon WWE. Um, the freaking match was awesome. If you guys didn't see this match, the one match I would tell you to go back and watch, this is definitely the match, 100%. Claudio wins with a power bomb. Claudio swung Zack Sabre Jr. 5 times. But you missed it, man. You got to go back and watch this match. This was the best match of the night, in my opinion. Claudio is going to be awesome in AEW. And they're already high on him because he's in the best faction in AEW. The Blackpool Combat Club is the best faction in AEW. And he's in there with guys like Bryan and Moxley, along with William Regal, who are 2 of the top pro wrestlers, not even in AEW, in the world. So there's no way he's not going to end up like these other guys that these people claim that get lost in the shuffle. Claudio is going to be just fine in AEW and in the Blackpool Combat Club. He's actually going to be better than he was in WWE. He was never this over in WWE as he was tonight because WWE never gave him that chance. Roman Reigns doesn't count because he wrestled Roman Reigns in an empty Thunderdome. But WWE really never gave him a chance to get over. And when he did get over, with Sheamus as the bar, they freaking toned it down. Like, we don't want you to get as over as you want to be, so we're going to cool you down, and you're going to go on a cold streak. They ruined his momentum. When he was feuding with Sheamus and when him and Sheamus started as the bar and when they were baby faces, they were awesome. They were over as hell. But WWE toned it down. Why? Because they didn't want the bar to be as over as they were. They didn't want them to get over by themselves. Oh, you're gonna get over? You're gonna get over by us. We're gonna tell you when you can get over. It sucks, man. It sucks. But he will not be cooled down in AEW. He's gonna be mega over in AEW and in a faction like the Blackpool Combat Club. I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. Adam Cole, Adam Hangman Page, Kazuchika Okada, and Jay White in a fatal 4-way for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Great match. A great match as everybody expected. Loved the back and forth between everybody in this match. They freaking had the crowd chanting, "Holy shit," before the beginning of this match. And Okada had everybody standing on their feet. And he is freaking over in America, man. I would hope this is not the first time. This is not the only time that we see Okada in an AEW environment like this. Because holy shit, man. He was one of the most over guys of the entire night. Him and Tanahashi were 2 of the most over guys the entire night. And I would hope this is not the last time we see Okada wrestling in an AEW environment because, my God, the AEW audience loves him, loves Okada. This match was great. I loved the match. Only complaint I had, the ending. The ending was very, very sloppy. Hangman Page was basically chilling for the last 5 minutes. It was Okada and couple more minutes. it was only Okada and Adam Cole going at it for the last 5 minutes. Adam Cole ducked two Rainmakers in a row. And I was surprised by that. And then once he ducked the second Rainmaker, Jay White came in and hit the Blade Runner on Okada, and he pinned Adam Cole. That made no sense. And obviously, the finish was rushed. I don't know why the finish was rushed. I think Okada was supposed to hit the Rainmaker on Adam Cole. Jay White throwing Okada out of the ring and stealing the pin over Adam Cole. I that's the only thing I can guess that the match was supposed to end, but I guess they ended it so abruptly and out of nowhere was because Adam Cole was injured. Adam Cole came into this match injured. He hadn't wrestled a match on TV. He hasn't wrestled a match in general since Double or Nothing and Samoa Joe. And this was his first match since Double or Nothing. And I guess he worked injured, and he might have gotten injured worse, man, which sucks, but I don't know. Hopefully he's all right. I do think when he heals and he's ready to go, hopefully by All Out, I don't know when he'll be ready to go, but hopefully when he's ready to go, boom, he gets in a program at Darby Allin, because ultimately that's where I think this whole Darby Allin Sting Undisputed Elite's going to go. As I said earlier, they're going to lose the tag team they're going to lose the tag team title shot to the Young Bucks, and then after that, at All Out, we're going to see Darby Allin against Adam Cole 1-on-1. So, but as far as the match goes, the match was great. Jay White's awesome. Always great seeing him. And Okada, would love to see him in the States. Would love to see him wrestle in an AEW environment again, because the people loved him. He was fucking over, man. And then the main event, an awesome main event between Hiroshi Tanahashi and Jon Moxley, and some asshole in the crowd tried to get attention away from the match as the crowd was chanting, "You fucked up." The reason the crowd was chanting that was because some asshole got in a fight in the arena and got kicked out of the building, was apparently fighting security guards, and I don't know, that asshole's locked up for a long time, but that was when the match slowed down. Moxley realized there's a fight going on in the crowd, so he put a chin lock in on Tanahashi for like 2 minutes. The match itself was great. I really enjoyed this match. The match lived up to expectations. The hype that AEW was giving it 3 years in the making, this match absolutely lived up to the hype, if you ask me. Table explosion. Tanahashi went through a table. Moxley was bleeding during this match. Tanahashi's frog splash is a thing of freaking beauty. Turned in midair to hit the frog splash on Moxley. Moxley gets in the bulldog choke and does the elbows to Tanahashi. You would think for an interim world championship for AEW, the crowd would want the AEW guy to win. As actually, the crowd was very much behind Tanahashi in this match. Tanahashi did not win, though. He ate a paradigm shift, and Moxley is the interim AEW World Champion. No CM Punk tonight. I was shocked by that. Instead, Moxley acknowledges Tanahashi after the match, and we get the Jericho Appreciation Society brawling with Moxley, Kingston, Santana Ortiz, Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio to end off the show to give that last final sell for the Blood and Guts, the 6-on-6 match that we're going to get on Wednesday night in Detroit. Should be awesome, man. What a night, guys. What a night. From, like I said in the beginning, from an in-ring standpoint, and all the wrestling we saw tonight, I think it might have been the best wrestling I saw in 2022, and this was probably the best wrestling show of the entire year, and it's going to take a lot for any show to be better than this one. But guys, I got to get out of here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Fuel channel. Comment down below. What did you guys think of Forbidden Door tonight? Did you enjoy it? I hope you all did, man. If you didn't, I just don't think you love wrestling. If you didn't enjoy Forbidden Door tonight, you're not a professional wrestling fan. I'm sorry. Hit the like button if you like what you heard from me in the video. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Colin_Joseph. And I will be back here Wednesday night talking Blood and Guts. And we'll talk more Forbidden Door with Wesley Williams and Cameron Johnson and get their standpoint on this excellent pay-per-view that we got tonight. So, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good one. Stay safe. And as always, stay classy, man. We out. Peace.